Okay, community, let's talk about it. Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. Now, just under 2 months ago, we finally got gameplay of TDU SC at the recent TDU Connect event, and that was pretty controversial. I mean, 50% liked it, 50% didn't like it, and honestly, there were reasons for both to like it and to not like it, so I totally understand why you guys had that opinion. But now that it's basically almost been 2 months, I think we can finally all have a level-headed conversation about the community's reaction and just the community in general and what we want from this game, what we want to see improve from KT, what we want to see Nacon improve in terms of marketing, etc. And because I haven't uploaded in a while, like I said, I just want to put this video out before I get back to my regular content because I think something like this just has to be said. So here we go, let's go. Starting off with, when will we hear about TDU SC next? Well, I don't fucking know. Nacon, I don't have my watch on, but if I did, you're running out of time. You have like a couple of days left until August finishes, and I'll cover this later, but I do hope Nacon kind of kick up the marketing in terms of just the absence and presence on social media. I mean, I would love if we just got a screenshot a week. It's not hard to ask, but we'll get to that later. Now, what we did actually miss was some Gamescom info. Now, TDU SC was shown behind closed doors to some media personnel, and the only ones I could find content on was Overtake GG and this guy named Lee, who I think works at a media promotion company or whatever, like a marketing company. But anyways, Overtake GG, in their video, they had an interview with Elaine. There was honestly nothing new, but I've condensed a couple points of what they said. Starting off, they said that TDU is planning to have scheduled content. It drops every 3 months, but with no season pass. Microtransaction people, I think that's gonna be on your side. You should be happy to hear that, but I'm kind of surprised there's no season pass, honestly. Overtake GG also did say it's impressive, but they still have some way to go, and they clearly see an improvement from now, well, from the build that you just saw at Gamescom, from the live stream reveal, which is as expected. I would hope so. And it's also worth noting this guy Lee also touched on the physics, saying that he enjoyed it and he enjoyed the game as well. But this kind of just reiterates what I've already told you guys. Like, I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie about anything I've told you about the game, because eventually you are going to have to try it. Yes, you will have to try it one day. And if you find out I'm lying, that only hurts myself, so it doesn't make sense. But anyways, that's just some of the small information we got regarding TDU SC. But let's talk about some things that I think we all can agree on, because there's going to be some opinions in this video you may not agree with, but I think we can all agree on some of these things here. What I want to see improve from Nacon. Now, marketing. I think that's something that a lot of you guys have seen, and the thing is, I know Nacon, like, I've met the people. When I was in France, I met like a lot of people working at both KT and Nacon. It wasn't just devs. Like, I spoke to people that are pretty fucking high up in this company, and the thing is, they're smart, bro. Like, I have no issues. They're the people in charge. I'm pretty happy. They know what they're doing marketing wise. I don't know. I just want once a week a screenshot. Not for the sake of me, but for the sake of the community. Because this is a niche game, you know? And the fact that you've listened to us, KT and Nacon, in terms of the community, build that with us, you know, build that trust, you know, talk to us once a week. Just say, hey, here's another screenshot that we have for you guys. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you next week. Hey guys, we're thinking about doing the letter next week, but here's a screenshot again. You know, another recap. Like, I don't fucking know. You guys can comment down below what you think they should do in terms of that. There's a lot of things they could do, but yeah, just more constant communication. Let us know when the letters are coming, you know, let us know if it's going to be, well, I guess not really late, but just let us know. And it's also worth noting, from the first newsletter, they did already say we are going to get deep dives of the game eventually. We are going to see developer only live streams. You don't have to see the likes of me, Theo, or Team PvP. If you hate YouTubers, you don't worry, you don't have to see us again. There will be just strictly only dev live streams. You know, that is a possibility in the future. And especially moving forward, I would love to see monthly gameplay short clips, just so we can see the progress. I mean, you guys are making progress, even from the build to now. Like, there is progress, and us seeing that progress as time goes, it's only gonna help you guys in terms of marketing. It's only gonna make people more happy and, you know, more certain that this is the game for them. And again, Nacon, invest in KT, because for all we know, bro, if TDU SC does well, this could be that akin of like Playground Games or even Codemasters. I mean, at that point, I guess you could say Codemasters, because they KT do specialize in not just one race game. They've made quite a few. So, and they also have that new dirt bike license. So it kind of makes sense, which would kind of hint that they would now in the future have bike dirt physics so they could now bring bikes to TDU SC in the future, probably 2025. I don't fucking know, but yeah, just invest in KT, invest in TDU SC, because let's be honest, you want some money back from Golem? This is it, bro. This, you can't get any like tax write-off more than TDU SC launching and doing well. The amount of money you'll get from that plus the DLC, don't even fucking get me started, bro. Don't, trust me. Listen, maybe I'm just some regular 27 to 20, I don't even know, fucking, I'm 26. Maybe I'm just some regular 26-year-old talking out their ass, don't know anything about marketing or gaming or development. Hey, if that's what it is what it is, man. C'est la vie, as you French would say. I mean, just why not take a chance, bro? I've been telling you guys that this game has a chance to do well. Only time will tell, man. I just hope I'm on the right side of guessing. Anyways, what I want to see improve from KT, well, optimization, of course. I think that's a big thing for the game, and that's obviously a big thing for you guys as well, especially at launch. The TDU features, I mean, houses, like I said, I mean, I'll get into houses later, but I never once told you guys houses should never be in TDU SC. I went to France saying, yo, we need houses, and honestly, I would hope that houses come before the end of the year. And I don't want to talk more about houses, we'll get into that later on in the video. But TDU features, car features, I mean, engine start stop, the sat nav map on the infotainment screen, those are things that weren't present in the gameplay reveal trailer that I do hope KT take the time and add, because this game has to be unique. Otherwise, like you guys said, it's just another racing game. How are they going to market this if it's just another racing game? How is it going to sell well if it's just another racing game? It has to be different from the competition, and that's something I am sure and I do hope that Nacon and KT know. On top of that, map features, I mean, pedestrians. I really hope that we can get walking pedestrians in this game. I don't care how fucking hard it is, KT, just go the extra mile, man. It doesn't hurt to go the extra mile for things like this, especially when you can come out and say, we made this game on $20 million less at least than all the other guys. What's happening? That would shock the industry at that point, bro. And the profit margin for Nacon is gonna be way bigger than Need for Speed or Motorfest or the Crew 2 or Forza Horizon. It's a no-brainer. I mean, you don't need basic math to understand that. So hopefully Nacon know that too. But let's talk about some things that I think the community and I think you guys really want to hear. Excuses versus facts and the whole community reaction. Now, saying this developer is AA and not AAA is not an excuse, guys. It is a fact. I mean, when you have those type of limitations for your budget or your dev size or even just your engine, like, these things are going to take longer to develop. It's going to take more time. Like, guys, the dev time on this game is nowhere near unreasonable. It's actually surprising that they've done quite a lot, from seeing the whole map, the physics. Like, it's a lot of work to do that, and to get your engine to run the map alone, from not being able to run open world maps at all to be able to somehow make you run the densest open world racing game map to ever come out, that's pretty crazy in my eyes, man. So it just takes some time, guys. And I also want to point out that this game might not be for you at launch. I'm being straight up honest with you. This is as honest as I can get. Some of you guys might not want to get the game until 6 months, until a year after it launches, and that's okay, bro. But hopefully it doesn't deter the fact that at launch, this has to be a solid ass game. Otherwise, TDU franchise is, and it's going to be like this for a very long time if this isn't done right. So KT, Nacon, you have to do this right first time around. There's no plan or place for error. I mean, we've already learned that this game is supposed to have probably 4 years of content, which is quite a lot. And the fact that we're getting content every 3 months, which, just to kind of top on again, 3 months, I assume that is for large content updates only, because I sure as hell am not waiting 3 months to get another update, guys. No, we're not doing that, bro. I think at least like monthly, we should have very small updates, like, you know, refresher updates to the game. Then every 3 months, get big content updates, because keeping a game alive, especially an MMO game, your timing of your updates is gonna matter a lot. I mean, we've seen this with Need for Speed Unbound. Holy smokes, but that game came out in November, and I think the first update was March. Nah, that is wild, bro. You can't do that because your player base is just dwindling down, and that's not what I want to see for TDU SC. They have to, and unfortunately have to, come very hard with this game pre-launch and post-launch. But now that that rant is done, let's talk about the next topic, the community's reaction. Now, as I've told you guys, I understand many of you guys didn't like what you saw, and that's totally fair. It wasn't really showing a lot of you guys the features. You know, I can kind of sense and see how I would change the show differently so kind of be wider appealed. I mean, for example, it was unscripted, and I've told you guys the whole point of the show was to show you guys that the game's not done, but here are some people just got together, we were having fun playing the game. That's just the gist of it. You can have fun playing this game even at this early stage, and hopefully the same can be said about the playtest. I mean, hopefully Nacon tell us how it went, so at least we know. But anyways, scrap all that. Like I said, if I wanted to change it up, I could probably make it scripted, you know, kind of have point A to point B, then explain this, explain that, you know, have Alex explain the wheel, say, okay, hey guys, this is the, I'm opening up the vehicle wheel now. You can use signals, left to right, you know, you have your windows, you have all those TD features are there. And now you have lights, hazards, you know, I think stuff like that probably would have been a lot better suited. I wish I knew before the show happened so I could give my input, guys, because honestly, first look, I made a mistake thinking that it was a good idea. Honestly, I would have, if I had the thought that a lot of you guys wouldn't like it and it would have gone this bad, I would have like said something, and it's unfortunate I didn't. But hey, mistakes happen. Hopefully Nacon and KT move on from it and they just learn from the mistakes and introduce fixes to the mistakes in future references. But the real serious part about this video is people blurring the lines between talking shit and just criticism, because that's a big thing. That's basically what all of this whole thing comes down to. Those lines are being blurred right now, and we have to, as a community, stop with that bullshit. Now, of course, I was pretty pissed when the reveal happened, and some of the reactions I saw from people that I kind of even looked up to said some wild things. But regardless, nonetheless, now that that's done, and we know everyone makes mistakes, especially, like I said, I deleted stuff from Reddit. I've told you guys now, however, I have changed the rules on Reddit. I'm a lot more lenient on in terms of what can be posted on it. As long as you just don't post personal attacks, your stuff is all good. I don't really care at this point. But calling this game a mobile game, saying this game is gonna flop right now, it's ass, you know, saying flop, you know, all other shit, and then saying that that is valid criticism is fucking insane. Because guys, it's not. It's just talking shit, and we know it's talking shit. And recently, this is kind of what's happened to Starfield. I mean, you guys might have seen it. There was a tweet about Starfield in the title menu calling the devs lazy because that's what it looked like, which was wild. And someone who was pretty big in the gaming industry, not racing specific, his name is Paris, you might have actually known him, he said this in one of his videos. Let's take a listen. So this is the tweet that I was telling you guys about, which I'm sure many of you guys might have actually seen, but they were talking shit about this, calling the devs lazy. And I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2, you see people retweeting pictures of, you see Halo, all these other games with very different basic title screen menus. You see all of this, you know. And then Paris tweeted this video. Let's take a listen to it, my friends.
This whole Starfield not being playable at Gamescom has got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. And it goes into this whole culture that we're starting to see now in the creator space. I just call it grifting, because it is a straight grift, if you ask me. Where let's say something outrageous, let's pump it up into something, let's stir up the fan base. Let me say something I don't even believe myself, but I'm gonna say it anyways because it's gonna drive engagement, because we know negativity drives engagement.
Guys, listen, not a single lie was said in that video. What he said was facts. It's just straight grifting. There are people who have said some wild things, which is just for engagement. Like, some of you guys don't even believe some of the things you say about the game, which is crazy. And to take this even further, as you guys remember, I tweeted this picture of the game saying that you guys think this game looks ass. I'm tired of the community. I tweeted that, and then some people got riled up, and someone actually quote tweeted this the dude who kept taking his thumb off the thumbstick and got a DNF in the only race showcase because he can't drive for shit. And for the record, TDC does look fucking ass. GT5 puts it to shame. One glowing pink billboard doesn't change anything. Now, forget the whole using the worst possible picture of GT5 you could use to show that this game looks graphically better than TDU SC, which it doesn't. You and I can both say with a straight face, it doesn't. And even if it does, it doesn't put it to shame. But moving on, making fun of people on how they hold a controller is yo, that is like insanity. Cause you can't, bro, this is what I mean. You can't just go on the internet and say anything and everything, bro. What if I had a disability, bro? Or maybe I just don't like playing on controller and I only play on wheel. I mean, the funny thing is, guys, I actually finished, we did more than one take of this event, and I finished a lot higher in the very first race. So unfortunately, I got a DNF in the second one because, you know, my own teammate decided to knock me out. Nothing your game, it was actually just the AI that knocked me out. But anyways, making fun of how people play a racing game, at that point, bro, we're just talking insanity levels of shit. And it just needs to stop, bro. At that point, especially making fun of how people play on controller, lifting the thumbstick, that's in... Just gotta laugh sometimes, bro, because like... I could like bro, I could tweet some wild shit, but that is a wild thing to tweet, bro. But anyways, let's move on. This is on the Steam TDU SC. Even TD1 running on Windows 10 doesn't look this jank. Okay, the game's older. It should be running better, okay? That's one. Two, I hope they're not aiming for 2024 release because this is going to flop mega hard. It looks like a cross between a mobile game and the crew running via mobile hotspot. The performance is just painful to watch, let alone play. The only tangible part about this is the last sentence there, and that's the performance is painful just to watch, let alone play. That part I totally understand, because playing on 30 FPS is totally different than 60, and 60 is totally different than 120, especially for racing games. They also went on to say, no, I don't care that it's an alpha. If it's not presentable, they shouldn't show it, period. FYI, Red Dead Redemption 2 was revealed when it was still an alpha too. Most AAA games are. Okay, Forza Horizon 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't think we're ever shown in the alpha phase. The crew, maybe the crew was, but the crew 2 wasn't, and neither was the crew Motorfest. Those were all in beta stages. Then you have Need for Speed Unbound. Apart from the leak, which you guys also made fun of because it was early, an alpha stage, they also didn't show you guys until the very last minute, which was honestly, it kind of, I don't know if it stunted the whole marketing and growth of the game, but they revealed that pretty damn late. And then to even say at the end of the post, I mean, it looks like the Nacon might have actually tried to delete it, which would have been pretty funny anyways. But calling this criticism and saying that Nacon are trying to censor criticism, what about this post is criticism? The whole post, and in fact, a lot of the Steam discussions are just random shit saying, yo, why is the game in China? They're gonna have political views in the game, like just shit like that, bro. And that's the difference between critiquing and just talking shit, because I mean, the lines are blurred at this point, guys. It really is. And even moving forward on that, I feel like gamers and the racing game community are like shifting side and side. They don't really know what they want. And I say this because when I told you guys that this is the map you've all been wanting, you guys said, no, it's not. No, it's not. Hold on. You all hate Forza Horizon's map. Just being able to drive across. You guys all hate that there's no technical roads. You guys don't like there's no city, you know, compared, you have Motorfest's map. You guys aren't happy that there's not enough roads. You guys look at Need for Speed's map, which honestly, I don't think the community in Need for Speed has really complained about the maps they've gotten, but scratch Need for Speed out. Bro, Motorfest, you guys have all complained about it. Now you have, literally, this generation, TDU SC has the best map. It has the most amount of roads, the most amount of detail, and it's crazy. And you guys will see that for yourself once you play the game. It's probably this game's best selling point in my opinion. And I want to let you guys know, remember, I'm not paid for my opinions. I never was paid, and I never can be paid for my opinions. This is just me having fun on YouTube making content. I left an aerospace engineer job, guys, making 50 times the amount I make now, which by the way, sometimes I even struggle to hit the minimum requirement for my YouTube payment, which is $100 Canadian a month. So I'm not really making a lot from this YouTube thing at all, guys. This is just a passion that I like. You know, I even want to get into IRL car content, to be honest, at some point, but that's expensive and I probably need to go back to my IRL job to get that done. But anyways, like I said, you can't pay for my opinion. And I want to let you guys know, when I went to France, I didn't like twiddle my thumbs, you know. I went there and I just dropped my headset. As I was saying though, I mean, the funny thing was, I went to France with the idea that this game was going to be shit, because honestly, there's so many views from you guys saying that this game's gonna be shit. And on top of that, there was a guy that I know in France who doesn't work at KT or Nacon, but he told me the game was going to be ass, and I was like, Damn it. So I went there and I was impressed. So the funny thing is, I had lower expectations than a lot of you guys thought I may have had. And on top of that, I mean, I gave KT and Nacon my thoughts about the marketing. You know, I gave them warnings and ideas from people that have made videos on YouTube, Reddit, Discord, you know, from microtransactions to DLCs to houses. And I've even gone further saying what I think should be in a game for launch that would piss people off if it's not in that launch. I've said stuff like that. Like, guys, I've said this in front of Theo, in front of Team VVV, in front of Alain. I've given probably an unfathomable amount of feedback for this game, and even still am, guys. I'm still having ideas in my head and solutions after reading and watching videos and seeing comments and Reddit posts from you guys and seeing how I can implement it into the game and, you know, write it in a more formulated response for KT and Nacon to understand. I've been doing that, and I think the thing is, I think a lot of other YouTubers do as well. They just don't tell you guys, and I shouldn't have to tell you guys that I'm doing this or doing that or doing this or doing that for you guys to actually believe that I'm not just twiddling my thumbs, talking on my ass, saying paid content shit. That's not the type of YouTuber I am. That's not the type of YouTuber I will ever be. So just get that straight. And just to touch on the drama videos, guys, if you want to talk about me and some things, don't paraphrase me. At least talk to me before, so at least I can give you some further intel and, you know, make you understand, because I'm not here for the drama bullshit, bro. You know, don't go name dropping me in videos saying Alex is this, Alex is that, when you didn't even talk to me or you're not even researching properly. Because like I said, I'm not here for drama shit on YouTube at all. That's one thing you guys will never see me do. Anyways, let's move on. Like I said, we all want this game to succeed. And in order to succeed, it needs proper feedback and criticism. Then it also needs execution from KT. And then it also needs marketing from Nacon. Those three things is what we need to make this game improve and see improvements in it. So fingers crossed that happens. Now, always online, that's a touchy subject. Honestly, for myself, I'm not that bothered with it. I think a lot of you guys might be, but I'll leave you guys comment down below your thoughts on that. Not sure what TDU is yet. They haven't said anything, but we're gonna have to wait and see. DLCs and microtransactions, like I've said, guys, this isn't pay to win. They've already mentioned it's going to be hard progression, and some people said TDU never had microtransactions. Yes, it did. We had the casino we had to pay for. You had cars, actually, you had to pay for as well. But the benefit was once you bought the car with your IRL money as a DLC, you had to still purchase it with your in-game money, which was good, and you couldn't buy in-game money with IRL currency either. So that's just something that stops pay to win and also helps with progression of TDU 2 and just TDU in general. So hopefully in TDU SC they follow the same fleet. And of course, like I told you guys, it's inevitable. They need to make money. So without a season pass, I'm interested to see how else they implement you know, paid content into the game. Maybe licensed clothing, maybe a clothing pack. I don't know, honestly, I really don't know. But again, cars, ideas, features, and one thing that Alain Janu did mention in my interview, which you guys should have seen by now, it will be coming soon, I promise. But anyways, he did mention that the post-launch will be fueled by the community. They will be actively listening to the community, seeing what they can change for the post-launch, seeing what they can add, you know, change up a bit. That's something that they are going to do. They will listen to us. So fingers crossed that continues on. My houses, I've told you guys, I care about houses. I hope we see them within the first year of the game. We don't need 20 houses at once, KT. I think all of us are fine. If we have the Solar Hotel, we have garages scattered across the island like that, and then, you know, you were like, okay guys, here we go. Here's 3 houses you can now purchase on the island with their own garages. Say less, bro. I don't mind. I'll take that. 3 houses for 1 update and come again. Hey guys, we just added another 3 houses. Say less, bro. I don't mind. Like, we should be doing things like this, guys. There's opportunities to tell KT, okay, you know what? I don't like that you've added houses post-launch, but they can add them better. You know, I want to see different features in the houses compared to TDU 2. Stuff like that. And it's going to take some time. Like, do you understand, guys? And I understand people saying just delay the game and add houses. It's not that easy, because houses are not going to take a month to add. It's going to take a lot longer than that. And unfortunately, they need the time. So let's just wait and see. And before I end off this video, guys, I just want to tell you, this game can be great. It just needs execution. It needs proper feedback, and of course, marketing. Now, I've kind of covered in this video what I want to see improve from KT and Nacon. but we as a community have to improve as well, man. At some point, we have to look at ourselves and say, okay, you know what? You're right. The lines of talking shit and criticism was blurred. Let's kind of relook at this again, you know, because don't forget, your voice cannot be heard if you do not do the right thing. And I point at you guys, every single one of you, they have to listen to you. We are the community. We're the ones buying the damn game after all. And if you don't want the game to be good, you know, that just doesn't make any sense, bro. For the sake of the genre, to be honest, we really need this game to do well. And we can only do well if we all give feedback on it. And if we talk shit, we can't really feedback talking shit. If you guys get what I'm saying. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm not just, you know, making random shit up. But like I said, man, it's nice to see that, you know, Nacon has taken a step back, but they have to come back hard, man. This game rests on its marketing, it rests on its execution. There's only so much we can feedback and relate to them that, you know, they can listen. So fingers crossed that they improve on this. Nacon, time's ticking for this month's newsletter. Hope you guys don't skip it for the sake of the community yet again. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, guys. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm really sorry this was a long video, but I just had to make this video out before I get back to my regular content. You already know what it is. I'm NextLevelRacing, and I'll see you guys in another video. I'm out, guys. Peace.